I got the job, and it was my dream job. Absolute dream job.
When Judy Hart accepted her position as a ranger for the National Park Service, she was practically standing on an island alone.
And there's a whole history of the Park Service resisting women rangers.
The native of Kansas, who was breaking glass ceilings in the 1970s, recognized there was something lacking in America.
Out of 316 parks, I believe at the time, 3 focused on women. And I thought 3 out of 316 isn't cutting it.
So the newly minted ranger floated an idea by her bosses.
I said, I want to suggest we have another park on women's history.
Seneca Falls, New York, was selected as the perfect place.
And I looked at it and I said, I don't care. We can turn this into a national park. I don't know how, but I don't care.
In 1848, the town in upstate New York was the site of the first women's rights convention led by Elizabeth Cady Stanton.
Elizabeth Cady Stanton was a firebrand, absolute firebrand.
At the 2-day convention, Miss Stanton and organizers demanded equal rights, including the right to vote.
So the idea of calling a convention was outrageous, totally outrageous. 300 people showed up. Nobody expected that.
For Judy, making her dream a reality was far easier on paper.
It was a good idea that needed to happen.
She was made superintendent of the park and given a budget of only $60,000, which included her salary.
I wanted to do something positive. I wanted to create things that were good.
There were naysayers and obstacles at every turn, but Judy was intent on honoring the trailblazing women who came before her.
I was driven, especially once I moved out there. I was like, well, I only have a choice. I make this happen and make it a success. I'm certainly not going to give up now.
It took 5 years and literally an act of Congress. Finally, in 1982, the landmark opened with much fanfare, including an appearance by actor Alan Alda.
Ended up being called the Women's Rights National Historical Park.
The park includes Miss Stanton's preserved homestead.
This was the Stanton House when I got there in '78.
Visitors can also enter the rebuilt Wesleyan Chapel, where the groundbreaking convention took place 175 years ago.
There were so many times it could have not happened. Shouldn't have happened.
4 decades after the park opened, Judy, who lives at Lakewood Retirement Center, beams thinking of the milestone she helped reach.
I really wanted to share with people, dream big and believe in it.
For the last 7 years, Judy has been working on a book detailing her journey in the park's creation.
Not only does it mean a lot to women, but the story of how it came to be is also important.
Much like her female predecessors honored at the site, Judy Hart has been overcoming tall hurdles.
And I have an expanded feeling that, yeah, this was all worth it. It was all worth it.
But this former park ranger says the victories make the view from the top more satisfying.
Easily the biggest thing I ever did in my life, and it means the world to me.
For I Have a Story.
I was so proud of wearing that uniform because it meant I was a ranger.
I'm Greg McQuade, CBS 6 News.